Hi, friends. So today I wanted to talk about lust. And if we have lust in our heart, it all starts with our eyes. And if we have lust and if it's something that we can't control, which one of the fruit of the Spirit is self-control, right? Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, self-control. It's part of the fruit of the Spirit. So if we don't have self-control and we suffer with lust, it can destroy our lives. It can destroy relationships. It can make you lose a lot of money, hundreds of dollars, thousands of dollars if you end up having an obsession. And it can come from anywhere, from like magazines, videos, people that you meet. Maybe you're lusting when you see them. So it can be very dangerous if you don't put it into control, if you don't take it into control. And it all starts from our eyes, from what we see, right? And if we look at Matthew 6, verses 22 to 23, it says, your eyes is like a lamp that provides light to your body. So whatever it goes in your eye, it provides lamp to your entire body. So it goes in your body and then you start thinking things and things happen. All starts from your eyes, right? When your eye is healthy, your body is filled with light. But when your eye is unhealthy, your body is filled with darkness. So it all starts with your eyes. Wow. And if the light you think you have is actually darkness, how deep is the darkness? Wow. Yeah, so it definitely just starts with our eyes. And we're going to talk about some ways for us to overcome that. Did you know, like, the industry that supports lust, like the videos and magazines, that whole industry is $100 billion company. It's a huge company, and it just shows how many people actually suffer from that, right? And it can become an obsession if you don't take control over it. You know, you can lose, like we said, thousands of dollars. You can ruin relationships, family, anything. Like, it can just really destroy you. And we know that the devil's job is to kill, steal, and destroy you. That's his goal, right? So if he can find something that you're weak at, he'll try to amplify it and make you, it steers you away from God. That's the whole purpose, is to steer you away from God. When you have such an obsession over something, it can steer you away from God because that's all you're thinking about, right? So you have to be able to control that, and you have to be able to overcome that. We're going to talk about ways that we can do that. And even if we look at Matthew 5, verses 28 to 30, see what that says. It says, but I say unto you, anyone who looks at a woman with lust already committed adultery in his heart. So when you look at someone with lust, you're already committing adultery, it says, because you're having bad thoughts. So we have to make sure we are in control of that. And one of the ways that we do that is with the grace of God. It can help us to overcome that. And that's Titus 2, verses 11 through 12. I think the first step for us to overcome it is to understand that it's a spirit that comes from the devil, because he's there to kill, steal, and destroy you, right? And it even says that on John 10, verses 10. So you have to acknowledge that the devil's job is try to destroy you. So he tries to give you an obsession that you are not able to control without God's help. So he's there to kill, steal, and destroy. And it talks about that in John 10. So he's using your vessel to commit sins to steer you away from God. So you have to acknowledge first, it's not you, it's the devil that's using your vessel to commit sins to steer you away from God. That's the first step. You have to acknowledge that. The second thing is you have to come to God. So if you look at Matthew 11, verses 28 through 30, it says, then Jesus said, come to me for all you're weary and carry heavy burdens, and I will give you rest. So if you come to God, talk to him about it, tell him your challenges, he will give you rest and he'll give you peace and help you overcome that. So you have to acknowledge that's from the devil that's using your vessels to steer you away from God. First, you have to acknowledge that. Second, you have to come to God and give him all your burdens and tell him about what your struggles are so he can give you rest. and help you overcome those things. Another thing is if you use prayer and fasting, you can have days where, say you have a 3-day fasting event, you fast for 3 days or 2 days or however long you can do, and you're in prayer the entire time, asking God to remove the lust out of your spirit, to remove the lustful spirit that you have, and to get closer to Him and focus on Him and your purpose. Another thing I would also do is remove or unfollow someone that's making you have like a lustful spirit. Say if it's something on Instagram or a certain channel that's giving you lustful thoughts, unfollow them so they're not there for you to view. Because remember, the scripture says it all starts with the eye, right? And if we also look at Matthew 5:29 verses 32, it says, if your right hand causes you to sin, cut it off. If your right eye causes you to sin, pluck it out. It is better to go to heaven with one body part missing than your entire body being thrown to hell, right? So basically, if you don't have self-control and you're not able to control it, you got to get rid of it. You have to do things to minimize it so you don't fall into that trap. You also have to watch your environment. Are you going to places where there's going to be alcohol involved? Are you going to places that has drinking, smoking, people that wear like less clothes? So if you're in environments, things like that, it's going to be more if it's going to be tempting for you, then you have to stay away from those environments. So you have to figure out ways to help you to overcome the lustful spirit, because it's not a good spirit to have, right? All right, my friends.